and so I couldn't watch it, but I listened to it on my phone, and it was just fascinating.
I'm excited to be doing this. I cannot wait till I cruise one of the Great Lakes itineraries. I am so excited. And I live right on Lake Ontario, so I am excited for the day that I can sit on my patio and watch our ship slide across Lake Ontario and into Toronto. I can't wait for that.
Okay, everybody, we're about to get started here. Jordana Botting from Viking Cruises is joining us, and we're going to be talking about a new itinerary coming up in, well, May of 2022. Mm-hmm. Yes. And the two of us will be taking a taxi down to the port to get on the ship.
Definitely.
All right, so Jordana, take it away.
All right, and we do have everybody admitted, so thank you so much for joining us today on a Friday morning. A little bit about myself before I dive in, and who am I to be talking to you? My role with Viking Cruises is I get to work with my amazing travel partners like Lisa to bring the world of Viking to all of you. I have been in the cruise industry for over 20 years. I've been on a few cruises. I think I'm around 70, anywhere from a 30-passenger yacht to a 5,000-passenger mega ship. And what I really love about working for Viking is we believe that travel should be more than just a trip. It should be a doorway to cultural incitement and personal enrichment. And of course, we believe the best way to do that is by the oceans, the rivers, and now the Great Lakes. So let's dive into our itinerary. But before I dive into Viking Expedition, I'm just going to give everybody who doesn't know Viking and who we are a quick little overview of what we do. We started in the industry 23 years ago by delivering some of the most engaging product on the rivers of Russia. That's where our first 4 ships were, and we pretty much created the modern river cruise industry as we know it today. So in 2015, what we did is reinvented ocean cruising by offering that same amazing destination-focused cruising as we do on the rivers, on the oceans. And it has led us to become the top-rated ocean cruise line out there today. And it's a small ship, 930 passengers. Now, after leading the river industry for over 2 decades, reinventing ocean cruising, we are now taking our destination-focused cruising to the far reaches of the globe and close to home with Viking Expeditions. So let's dive in. You can explore with Viking all 7 continents, 95 countries, 403 ports, 5 oceans, 20 rivers, and the 5 Great Lakes. So our philosophy, well, much about cruising is about bigger and better ships, more theme park style attractions. At Viking, we're taking a different approach by focusing on the destination and the cultures of those destinations. So we've created all of our cruises for that curious traveler. So if you're that person with that true explorer spirit, you're interested in history, culture, geography, science, and you really want to sail into the heart of the destination on a small ship, a Viking cruise is the way to go. As an effective operator, we pass the savings on to you. So we provide you with a cruise fare with everything you're going to need, from meals to beverages to free Wi-Fi to a free shore excursion in every port of call. You combine that all with our award-winning crew. Viking is a great way to travel and experience a new destination in comfort. Now, we are known for being the thinking person's cruise. So remember, if you're that curious traveler, want to get into the most intimate nuances of the destination, Viking is definitely the way. Every detail on board of our ship has been designed to enrich and enhance your experience, to really help you immerse yourself in the destination. From our thoughtfully curated ship-wide libraries to food tasting with our chefs and cooking classes to wine tasting, to we even have Viking resident historians and scientists on board of our ships. Now, this is our expedition ship. So first we invented modern river cruising, reinvented ocean cruising. Now we have taken all of that experience and developed 2 brand new ships. They're not even out yet. We just did our first sailing on the Octantis. These are 378 passenger ships, so they're small. every stateroom is an outside stateroom. So the two names of our ships is, the first one, as I mentioned, is the Octantis. Now, she just did her first float out. We're excited. She is named after the South Star. Our other ship, the Polaris, and she is named after the North Star, will be coming out. Now, these ships, they're really unique because they're small enough to navigate into the most remote areas, but large enough to handle on the oceans, like the big seas. So we have superior handling, stability. So we are nice and stable in those rough seas. Now, let's take a look at the ship itself. The interior, so when it comes to cruising the Great Lakes, most of the ships in this region, they're refurbished survey vessels or old cruise ships with limited amenities, small windows, limited public areas. We are taking a different approach by designing our ships with more indoor and outdoor viewing areas than any other expedition vessel. Come on, we are in the best scenery in the world. The Great Lakes is absolutely beautiful. We want to make sure you are as close as possible so you can enjoy the scenery. Our public rooms, well, they have floor-to-ceiling windows. As you can see, our Explorer's Lounge in this picture on the top right. We have our aula, which is our incredible panoramic auditorium, and you can kind of see it in Fince's Terrace picture there. First of all, I love Fince's Terrace. Can you imagine sailing in the Great Lakes with those fire pits, all of your new friends, and enjoying the incredible scenery? But the aula is looking out onto Fince's Terrace, so that is our panoramic auditorium. We'll be doing lectures, debriefings, all of that in there. Our staterooms, well, what we've done is we wanted to maximize observation for you. So they have an observation little platform from the window. The windows are non-distorted windows, so you can really enjoy the view while we're cruising. And then, as I mentioned, our ships are designed to inform and enhance your journey and really help you fully immerse yourself in the destination. So what we've done with Expedition is you'll be able to participate in daily debriefings, world-class lectures on geology, botany, zoology. You'll be able to assist with our resident scientist on board the ships in daily landings. We have a professional photographer on board of the ship where we'll be providing photography classes. And this is all included in your cruise fare. So you'll be able to do photography classes and really learn how to capture the incredible scenery that you're going to be seeing. Now, a lot of, especially Viking expeditions, we are going to pretty much offer you a variety of excursions, and most of them are going to be included in the cruise fare. So you'll be able to pick the best one that best suits your travel needs and the way you want to experience a new destination. So all of our landings, they are going to be hosted by an experienced team of experts, really highly skilled, trained in the region. Some of the things that you might get to do that are included in Georgian Bay or the Apostle Islands. You can go kayaking. You can visit some of the world-class museums around the Great Lakes. On board of the expedition ships, we have a lot of toys as well. So we have our zodiacs and ribs that will allow us to go out and into remote areas where the ship can't get. But we also have kayaks for you to use, all included in the cruise fare. The coolest thing we have on board, though, that I actually got to experience, not on board of a Viking ship, but on another one, is we have a yellow underwater submarine. So you can actually explore what's going on underneath the water as well. And I mentioned about science. So science is going to be a really important aspect of your Great Lakes journey. We firmly believe in supporting scientific research and new discoveries. So what we'll be doing is, and your unique opportunity is, you'll get to learn and participate in ongoing research with our resident scientists on board. So we have an onboard laboratory with a wet and dry facility where you can actually work beside the scientists with their research. There's going to be about 25 different scientists on board, anywhere from biologists to botanists to geologists, glaciologist, oceanographers, ornithologists, polar experts, you name it, they will be on board of our ship. So there'll be about 25 experts. So by the end of the journey, you will really feel connected to the destination. And of course, your newfound friends that you met on board and our onboard crew as well. So let's dive into the destination. We talked about the ship. Let's get into the destination. So we know what's taking you there. Let's go to where we're going. So the Great Lakes covers twice the area of Pennsylvania, and they are this little unknown, unspoiled wonderland with this natural beauty and scenic wildlife, and some of the most interesting, maybe because I live on the Great Lakes, some of the most interesting cities in North America. So we have 3 different itineraries. They're all 8-day itineraries. The first one is our Niagara in the Great Lakes. So in this 8 days, we will start at Toronto, cross Lake Ontario through the Welland Canal. So that is right. Anybody who lives in this area knows how narrow the Welland Canal is, and our ship is built to make sure we fit through the canal. We'll stop at Niagara Falls. Then we'll go into Lake Erie, cross Lake Erie to Point Pelee, Detroit, into Lake Huron, through Mackinac Strait and across to Milwaukee. Then the ship will depart from Milwaukee on our Great Lakes Explorer itinerary. So we'll cross back Lake Michigan, through Mackinac Strait into Lake Huron, and then this is where we're going to go into Georgian Bay. So you're going to have 3 days. We will stop the ship at Little Current, Killarney, and Parry Sound. And then we will transit through the incredible Soo Locks, ending in Thunder Bay. Once the ship ends in Thunder Bay with the overnight, we will start another cruise in Thunder Bay with an overnight, and that is our undiscovered Great Lakes. So starting in Thunder Bay, we'll circle this one on Lake Superior. So we're going to go to Duluth, the Apostle Islands, Houghton, Michigan, and then we will transit through the Soo Locks, go into Mackinac and Milwaukee. So as I mentioned that each of these itineraries, did you notice that you can connect? So what is neat about, and the way we've designed all 3 of these itineraries is you can connect, you can only go on one if you want to, you can connect 2 together that most interest you, or you can go on all 3. And what's great about working with Lisa is Lisa can make sure that she can arrange and plan which ones will suit your best travel needs and what you want to explore the most. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go through some of the cities we're going to be visiting, and I'm going to talk about our included excursions so you can get a feeling of what's included in the cities that we're going to. Now, when I go through the cities, they're not in any particular order of any itinerary. I will do a little itinerary overview again after we visit each of these incredible cities. So we are going to start in the incredible Mackinac Island. So located on the Mackinac Straits, which link Lake Huron to Lake Michigan. I love this island. It is so charming. It is a haven for pedestrians because there is no motor vehicles on this island. The only way to access it is actually by boat. So today is going to be a fun day. You're going to get greeted at the boat with a horse and carriage. We will take you through some of the historical sites through the town. You'll get to see Fort Mackinac itself. This is one of the only few surviving Revolutionary War sites, forts that are still in existence. Sorry, I was just admitting new guests into the chat here today, so that's why I just got distracted. So let's go back onto Fort Mackinac. So you're going to enjoy the incredible fortress of Fort Mackinac. What is neat, and we're kind of looking out at the view right now, is it actually, when you're up there, you get incredible views of Strait Mackinac, the Mackinac Strait. So here we go, after your free time. So this happens in the morning. So after your free time, you can enjoy the town itself. One of the things I want to talk about that you need to visit is the Grand Hotel. Look at this beautiful hotel. It's a Victoria era building, and it's actually been the destination spots for a couple US presidents. So what it's known for, and you can kind of see it now, it has the longest French porch in the world. So it's a 660-foot porch. So you can go there, maybe enjoy a little tea on there. One of the things I have to say when you're in Mackinac Island is the island is well known for its fudge. So if you are a fudge lover like myself, do not leave the island without any fudge. It also makes it for a great little gift for people too when you're coming back home. Our next stop, welcome to the Apostle Islands. So these islands, they're beautiful. They consist of 21 different islands, and they have about 12 miles of coastline. So here you're going to find this really unique blend and cultural natural resources that you're going to find. There is more than lighthouses on these islands than any other national park. So there's 9 historic lighthouses over 6 islands. What's unique about this, and for my bird watchers, this is going to be amazing because they have more than 240 different species of bird that actually migrate through this archipelago. We also have these impressive sea caves. Look at this view. So these impressive sea caves, they are from millions of years of erosion. They're really delicate, and you can see they're vaulted chambers. They have these little hidden pathways that you can go in and out of. They have that incredible color too. It's like this red and gold fleck to it. So what you're going to get to do is you have 2 options. You can enjoy an incredible hike with our naturalists. So the naturalists will take you through all of these caves, talk to you about their creation and how actually these caves are actually in a constant rotation and form. They're basically moving a lot because they're soft, right? So you'll get to go through that while you're hiking around. They will point out the flora and the fauna of the region. It's really unique. You'll also make incredible several stops as you're going out. There are observation points where you can actually look in the caves inside. For my adventure people that love to kayak, you can do this tour instead of hiking in it. You can do it with the naturalist guide from the water. So you'll be able to leisurely guide through several different caves. The guide will share the same stories as you were if you were hiking. So you have a choice to go at. What is great about our Viking excursions is you can go at your own pace and you can do what you want to. So if you're not a long hiker, don't join the long hike. We might have shorter hikes for people that don't want to hike as long. Or if you're not a kayaker, don't worry about it. You don't have to go on the kayak. So it makes it a really unique way to travel. Houghton, Michigan. Oh, I love the fall in this region. Aren't those trees beautiful? Oh, that orange, that red. What's neat about Houghton is Houghton actually played a huge role in the copper mining boom of the 19th and 20th century. And actually there was more millionaires in one point than the entire US in this town. So the town is really compact. So it has this main area that is well-preserved buildings that actually you can trace them back to the roots of the boom days. So we will have a knowledgeable guide that will lead you through the downtown. And what I love about our guides is they're local guides. So they actually bring the history to life. So as you're walking through the towns, it feels like you're stepping back into time. For my hockey fans, and I am going to preface this, I am talking about the US only and not Canada. So for my hockey fans, the birthplace of professional ice hockey in the US was in 1903, and it was actually here in D Stadium. So my hockey fans, you can go check that out, the birthplace of the US hockey. Okay, Georgian Bay. Oh, I love Georgian Bay. This was my summer playground as a child, and actually I still come here to play as an adult. It is tucked into Lake Huron, and it is actually not much smaller than Lake Ontario. There's a joke that Georgian Bay is actually the 6th Great Lake because it is that big. What is unique about it is it's a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. So it's characterized by, and you can see it in this picture, by these rugged bedrocks. There's a lot of uninhabited islands. The shoreline is this incredible grayish pink granite. You'll see the white pine forests to the north, and there are incredible sandy beaches to the south. This is a perfect summer heyday for anybody who likes to play in the freshwater playground. My boaters, my anglers, my kayakers, it's a lot of fun. If you are a hiker, I got to do this hike. There are 14 great hiking, running, wildlife trails and more for any sort of level of a hiker. One of my favorites is the Cup and Saucer Trail. So it's a 12-kilometer hike, but you go through these the views for these perpendicular cliffs that you're going to go through. And when you're done the hike, you get an incredible reward. And that is this view that we're looking at right now. So I guess you don't really have to go on the hike now since I just shared your reward at the end of this great hike on this picture. But it will give you something to look forward to if that's what you want to do. But like I mentioned, we have all different types of hikes. So if you just want to go on a little nature hike, maybe with one of our naturalists on board, just to see the flora and the fauna of the region, you can do that as well. So also in Thunder Bay, we have space for our kayakers, so you can enjoy kayak. If you don't want a kayak, we have ribs and zodiacs that will take you with a naturalist guide to visit the uninhabited islands. But this is the thing I'm really looking forward to. So you can join the Viking scientists in Thunder Bay, in Georgian Bay. And what is great is you will be on a Zodiac. They will take you to some of the uninhabited islands and you're going to help them in scientific research. So what they're studying is the migration patterns of the birds through these islands. And you will get to go on. Prior to going out, you will take some photography classes with our photographer, and you will be handed a camera, and your job is to collect samples and take pictures of all the birds with the scientist. And then you get to go back to the laboratory and you will see how they're doing their scientific work on the migration patterns of the birds. So I'm a little bit of a science nerd, and I think that is really exciting to learn and to be with a scientist side by side to experience that. Now, as I mentioned, we're stopping in the towns of Little Current, Killarney, and Parry Sound. And what is great about these towns, these are small towns, they got great little shops, fun little restaurants. So there will be fun things to do in town. So you don't have to worry about that. After you're done playing outside, you can go and enjoy some time in town as well. From there, let's go to Thunder Bay. We're going to go back into time. We're stepping back into 1816 today. And we are going to Fort William and relive the region's history. So Fort William is an historical park in Thunder Bay, and it's recreating the days of the Northwest Company and the Canadian fur trade. So you will get a really good glimpse into the fur trade life, from their culture to their crafts, to the medicine that they were using back then to their business and domestic life. And you'll also get a sense of the farming during the 19th century as well. So it is a really fun day that will make you step back into time as well. Also in Thunder Bay, it's a great place for my outdoor people. This that we're looking at right now, this is called Sleeping Giant Provincial Park, and it's not going to disappoint you. It's good for anybody's skill set for hiking. What it is, it's located on the shores of Lake Superior. And if you take a look at it, I sometimes see it, I sometimes don't. Let me know in the comments if you can see this, but apparently those rocks are in the formation of a sleeping giant. So this park, it offers a variety of day hikes. They have about 100 kilometers of different trails. You'll be able to watch lots of wildlife. So when you're hiking around, watch out for that wildlife as well. If you want to do something that's not a lot of hiking, but just a little bit, and you want to kind of enjoy the beauty, I would recommend going to our tour to Kakabaka Falls. Now, it is tucked in this incredible pristine forest setting. The falls themselves, they're about 130-foot falls. And as you can see in this picture that is the Can River, and they have been cutting deep in rocks in this Can River of erosion for a long time. There is actually fossil in these rocks that you can see from lookout platforms that are 1.6 million years old. So when you're going there through with the nationalists, our incredible guides that will take you there, the naturalists, they will point out these fossils so you won't be disappointed in stuff. So there's lots to explore. The ship is docked in the heart of Thunder Bay. Their downtown area is up and coming. They got a great little waterfront going on down there too, where you can explore and wander around, do a little shopping. All right, on to Alpena, Michigan. Alpena, Michigan is another one of our stops. What makes Alpena really neat is it is home to 45 known shipwrecks. So for those of you who don't know, the Great Lakes are really known for their shipwrecks. So it is home for about 45 of them, and apparently there's about 100 different more that haven't been found. So today you're going to get to immerse yourself into that. So our exploration today, we will start at the Maritime Heritage Museum. So you will get a guided tour through the exhibits. You will learn about everything that's going on. You'll learn about the Great Lakes history. Another unique thing that they have here, and I'm not too sure I'd want to do it, but you might want to, they have a simulator. So you can actually go into this simulator and experience the sensation that these ships would experience in a true Great Lakes storm. So if that's your thing, great. Send me an email and let me know if you liked it. I don't think that would be my fun thing to do. I would personally be like doing the next thing that we get to do. So after we're done at the museum, you learn about all the shipwrecks that reside on the bottom of Lake Huron. We are then going to take you on an informative cruise through the lake. So you're going to go on a glass bottom boat, and you are going to have an expert archaeologist that will, as you're going through, you will get to see these shipwrecks on this glass bottom boat that lie beneath the surface. And the archaeologist will be telling you all the great stories about these incredible shipwrecks as well. So for my kayakers, you can do the same thing, but you will be taking kayaks over top of the shipwrecks to look at them. So that is something fun if that interests you as well as it interests me to hear all those incredible stories. Point Pelee National Park, it is a peninsula of land in the Essex County area. So we're in southwestern Ontario now, and it's extending right now, as you can see, into Lake Erie. Now, this is one of Canada's smallest parks, but it consists of some really unique marshlands, woodlands. They got these, as you can see, incredible sandy beaches. They even have their own winery on this island. So today, what makes it really unique is Point Pelee is located on this crossroads of this major migration route. So there is over 350 different species of birds that come through here during their migration. You can see them on the tiny spit. Not only birds migrate through here through the springtime, there's also bats, dragonflies, but what is really unique, and I actually got to experience this, is in autumn time. And this picture doesn't do it justice, but do you see how many monarch butterflies are in this picture? Well, there is floods of monarch butterflies that come through in the autumn time of Point Pelee. So you get to experience all that beautiful colors of the butterflies coming through. So today you can do whatever you want. You can take a Zodiac tour, you can go kayaking, you can just enjoy a hike along these incredible trails to really discover the flora and the fauna and the inhabited forests here. I honestly, the best way I can say is this is an unforgettable experience once you go to Point Pelee. It was one of those things that when someone said we're going there and I'm like, I don't know. And then once I left, I told everybody about it and I can't wait to go back. It's an unforgettable eco adventure, right? So. Okay, welcome to Niagara Falls. I love the falls. I can actually see them on a clear day from my house. They're so powerful. That's how far you can see the mist. And we are going to give you a tour on the incredible Maid of the Mist. So I've got to do this a lot of times. They are going to hand you a plastic blue raincoat. My first advice, put on the raincoat. You will need it because you will get wet as you're going through the falls, but there's nothing more amazing to experience the falls from there. You will hear the stories about the people who have tried to go over the falls, and you will learn about the gentleman who tight-roped across the falls as you're on the Maid of the Mist tour, which is one of my favorite. If you're looking for a bucket list adventure, you can also take a helicopter through the falls. Now, for my people that aren't based in Ontario let me explain something. We are going to be docked out at the Welland Canal. So it's about a 20-minute drive from there. So what we're going to be offering is a bus transfer. So it will go from the Welland Canal where the ship is docked into Niagara Falls. And then the third stop that we're going to do is we are going to the amazing town of Niagara-on-the-Lake. This is a great town. I love this town in the summertime. So our bus will be doing 3 stops. So the ship, Niagara Falls, Niagara-on-the-Lake. So you can actually experience all 3 of them. This town, it's so charming. The main street has tons of really unique boutique shops. It is located on the shores of Lake Ontario, and their downtown attractions is amazing. The Prince of Wales Hotel is a great place to stop for lunch. If after you're done exploring the town, another fun part is this region that we're in is one of the largest wine producing regions in Canada. So there is about 101 different wineries in the region. They produce about 2 million different cases per year. So all around the area, and especially the town of Niagara-on-the-Lake, is these different wineries, is what I'm trying to say. And you can go in, you can do different tasting, you can have lunch, all of that great stuff. Now, on board of our ship, we have a program director, and this goes for any sort of Viking cruise that you're on. And our program director is there to assist you with any questions you have. So they can actually assist with, if you have a particular winery you want to go to, they can arrange with that sort of stuff as well. And our last city that we're going to visit today is Toronto. I love Toronto. It's one of the largest cities in Canada, and it's known as the New York of Canada, and it's very multicultural. There's a lot of things to do in Toronto to keep you busy. There's the CN Tower, as we're looking at, and you can do the little walkout over the CN Tower. They have an incredible museum, the Royal Ontario Museum. The Kensington Market is great for all my food lovers. There's the Distillery District, my hockey fans, you got the Hockey Hall of Fame. There's lots of stuff to do in Toronto. So what I recommend, especially if you're not from the area, is to work with Lisa on this, because Lisa is great. She can sit there, and if you want to add on a couple days in Toronto, she can make sure you got a hotel. She can let you know where the different things you need to go and how to get there. So this is the important of working with a travel agent, because travel agents have the ability and have the relationships that the average person just doesn't have, right? So, and they know your needs, so they can actually make sure they can recommend things that you would have never even thought of before. So keep that in mind. So those were all of the incredible cities we visited. So we visited on Niagara and the Great Lakes itinerary. We went through the Welland Canal. We stopped at Point Pelee. We went to Alpena. We went to Mackinac and Milwaukee. We spent some time in Georgian Bay along our Great Lakes Explorer with our overnight in Thunder Bay. And then in the undiscovered Great Lakes, we visit the Apostle Islands, Houghton, and Mackinac Islands. So those are the 3 itineraries again. What I would recommend is sit down with Lisa, go through the itineraries to see if you want to do 1, 2 together, or maybe link up all 3 of them so you can experience them. And the benefit with working with Lisa, and is an exclusive benefit for you guys today for being here, is for the next 2 weeks from today's date, which is April the 5th, Lisa can give you an exclusive offer. Only book through her is $100 per person onboard credit, which is a great offer. Now, I understand. It's kind of, we don't know what's going on in the world today. Today is different than tomorrow, and tomorrow is different than the next day. So we get that at Viking, and we want you to help you plan your next vacation with a peace of mind. So we have one of the best risk-free guarantees in the market. So all you have to do is put your deposit down, and you have the ability to change or cancel your cruise 14 days prior to sailing. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is, as I mentioned, you saw 378 guests that only can fit on this ship. Even our river ships and our ocean ships, they're small ships. We are trending already to be 70% sold out right now for 2022. And 2023 is selling out fast. And that's not only with Viking, it is with every cruise line out there right now. Our bookings are going fast. You will be seeing limited space if you wait. So this is something to reach out to Lisa, and she will let you know what's the availability and when to book and how to book. So I will open up for some questions, because I, oh,
Well,
sorry about that. I was just reading Dan's question, and he's hilarious. Dan says, if I wanted to see the sleeping giant, I would have to back up really far and squint, and I could see it.
well, I'm glad Dan saw it, because I tried. We had a question from Wayne, and he wanted to know about the submarine.
Yeah.
Is that something that's included in the cruise fare, or is that an add-on?
It is included in the cruise fare. So at Viking, we're one of those companies that don't want to nickel and dime. So what we do is we make sure we provide you a cruise fare with everything included in it. So yes, that is an experience that's included in it. As long with the kayaks, you can rent those for free. We even have walking poles for the hikers out there as well.
Okay. And the submarine, is it at which itinerary? which itinerary will have that submarine?
The submarine is on the ship, actually. So
Okay.
we have it docked. So on board of the ship, we have this cool place called the hangar, we call it. And what is neat about it is not only do we stock our submarine in there, is we have our Zodiacs and our ribs. So we have the ability to launch out our ribs and our Zodiacs out of the back of the ship. So that means you can embark on one of the ribs or the Zodiacs very safely. So if you are hesitant on embarking on one of those, they're going to be really easy because you embark inside the ship. There's no weather or anything, and we just slide it right out of the ship, and we do the same coming back on.
Okay, and there was what we see about the rebooking if need be. There was a question about the cancellation policy.
So what happens with the risk-free guarantee is at 120 days prior to sailing is when you start going into penalties. So if you cancel your cruise outside of that 120 days, the penalty will be $100 per person, which with the risk-free, you will get that back in a future cruise voucher. But if you reach into the penalty stages, what will happen is you will have a choice to get all your money back in a future cruise voucher or pay the cancellation fees. So that's how it works.
And, you know, I have to say, when you mentioned the CN Tower and the walkabout, I will not be joining anyone on that.
Me neither. Apparently you can hang right off the side. I've saw pictures.
Yes, I've been up the CN Tower many times. I've never had the desire to step outside. I'm challenged enough with the glass floor. So if there's any other questions, you know, you can always either put them in the chat or just unmute yourself and jump right in. And for those that did join us a little late, I will be either later on today or tomorrow, this will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. And the easiest way to find that, well, I'm a little hard to find even though the name is Lisa Booth, but on my website, there's a link to my YouTube, and my website is travelbeyondthebeach.com. And if there's any other questions, Jordana?
No other questions. Sorry, I was just wondering if that was my phone vibrating. I'm like,
no, that was mine. That was
okay.
mine. It did not vibrate, and I'm looking at it going, okay.
Okay, so what we have is Dan. Thanks, Dan, for putting that in there for Lisa.
Thank you.
Somebody asked for a repeat of the email address. So if you look in the chats, Dan put that in there for Lisa. So you guys can just copy and paste that link right there.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a play on words. I mean, I live in the beaches area, so my website is Travel Beyond the Beach. Get outside. So that's how it's easy to remember that way. Not that there's anything wrong with the beach. I mean, it's gorgeous. If you do come to Toronto, I will have you check out this area. It's absolutely stunning with the boardwalks and the lakes. And as you can see from the presentation, the lakes are gorgeous. They're just absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, somebody wants, okay, I will post the itineraries for you, no problem. Let me just go back here and I will post them back up for you. There you go. Can you see them now, Lisa? Are they up?
Yes, they are up. We're looking at them right now.
Perfect. So those are the 3 itineraries that we have available right there. So once again, it's the Niagara and the Great Lakes. So this one takes you from Toronto to Milwaukee through the Welland Canal. Our Great Lakes Explorer, the highlight of this one is 3 days in the incredible biosphere of Georgian Bay. And then the Undiscovered Great Lakes, you get to visit some incredible towns around Lake Superior. So you got Duluth, you got the Apostle Islands, you got Houghton. So those are the 3 itineraries. All 3 itineraries, you get to experience Mackinac Island. And don't forget, for those of you who might have missed it, Lisa can arrange scheduling where you can do one itinerary, you can do 2 itineraries together, or all 3 together. I just had a question about pricing. Pricing does vary, so I can't comment on a price, but if there is a certain itinerary that you're interested in, please reach out to Lisa, because she can actually provide you with the exact pricing off the top of, not off the top of her head, she can look for it.
Yes, because with most cruising, the pricing will vary depending on the departure date. Okay. I'm afraid I must take this call. It's a hospital calling. I apologize. So I want to thank everyone for. I want to thank everyone for joining us, and Jordana, thank you. And unfortunately, I must run, and I will be taking this call. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.